The citizenship scandal started as a one-off mix-up before snowballing into one of the great sideshows of Australian politics. The High Court has now begun the long and delicate task of solving a dilemma that's engulfed 7 members of Parliament.
The first formal steps in a messy, murky legal battle. A directions hearing, a government with a one-seat majority, and no one certain which way it'll go. Whether Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce, former Minister Matt Cormann, ex-Green Senators Larissa Waters and Scott Ludlam, and One Nation's Malcolm Roberts were eligible to be elected.
We are very, very confident that our members who have been caught up in this will be held by the court to be eligible to sit in the Parliament and therefore eligible to be ministers.
Not as soon as he wanted. The government wanted a September hearing, but while noting some urgency, the Chief Justice set down October 10, 11 and 12.
By the standards of listing matters in the High Court, a very swift hearing. It gives all the parties a full opportunity to be ready.
Deputy Nationals leader Fiona Nash and Nick Xenophon will be referred to the High Court when Parliament resumes and all 7 cases heard together. And while Matt Cormann said his mother took out Italian citizenship without his knowledge, his barrister told the court he'd been a dual citizen by descent since he was 2.
The government will continue in the ordinary manner.
But Labor says it's untenable for Barnaby Joyce and Fiona Nash to remain in Cabinet, making decisions that might later be appealed.
This is actually incompetent and it's impeding the ability of the Australian government to look after the Australian people.
The government's backed off pursuing Bill Shorten, though the Prime Minister won't let it go entirely.
Transparency is not Bill's long suit.
I don't believe that Bill Shorten is a dual citizen.
He's right. I'm not a dual citizen.
And Lane Cathcart has more from Canberra on what it means for the government while it waits for the High Court.
Well, the government says it's business as usual and will carry on as normal, but any delay is at best frustrating. The clouds of uncertainty will hang heavy, be a distraction for a government with a one-seat majority. And if there is to be a by-election, it could be some time away. And it leaves the government exposed to Labor attacks that Barnaby Joyce and Fiona Nash should be stood aside from Cabinet until the High Court does eventually rule.